You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world listen to the sound of my voice. It is a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County, and I'm talking about beautiful. 75 degrees, only going up to a high of 85. Only a 10% chance of rain, and that could be like a scattered shower or something, but it is gorgeous this morning. So happy to be here with you this morning. You know what today is? Today is Thursday, and I have a guest coming on with me shortly, so I won't take up a lot of time because also, check this out. If you have not registered yet, I am doing a workshop today with the Atlanta Black Chamber about leveraging the power of voice marketing. So if you have not registered, go over to Eventbrite, look for Brand Tech, and look for the webinar that's coming up today. I'm also going to be a speaker at the Brand Tech Conference next month on October the 10th, talking about and showing you how to build an Alexa skill for your blog or your podcast. And so this is really good information. So you want to join in and check it out. So again, that's going to be today at 11:30. So I will be off the air, into makeup. I'm back on the air doing a webinar for Atlanta Black Chamber, talking about how to leverage voice marketing to help you grow your business. Voice marketing is a huge industry that's coming up, and a lot of people don't know about it or they don't understand it. And so I'm going to be demystifying that whole industry and how you can use it start right now. Like you can get a jump on your competition by starting right now because it's still pretty new. And but it's growing and it's growing fast, and there are a lot of major players in this space. So if you have not registered or would like to register, go to Eventbrite. And you're going to look for Brand Tech, and it's today at 11:30. All right, cool. So my guest today is going to be a good one. It's all about getting healthy, y'all. Let me tell you, I've been doing a lot of stuff, and I ain't going to get into it right now because I know y'all ready for your horoscopes. So I'm going to do that first. But before I do that, today is National TV Dinner Day. Okay. So it's Thursday. Do people even eat TV dinners anymore? I mean, I like, well, you know what? I can't say that because I just recently had some Encore chicken parmesan. I actually like that, y'all. I like that. But I don't think I've had a TV dinner, like the full TV dinner with the dessert and the vegetables and the meat and the bread. I don't think I had that in like 25 years. Now, just the chicken parm, yeah, I like that. So I'm not going to even front. But anyway, it's National TV Dinner Day, so go out. It's Thursday. You may not feel like cooking. So go out, buy the family a bunch of TV dinners, and y'all, here's the crazy thing. Everybody can get something different because TV dinner is about $4, right? So you go out, you spend about $16 for a family of four. Everybody eat what they want to eat and enjoy National TV Dinner Day. All right, let's get on with our horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thorson for today, September the 10th. Can you believe it? We are almost to the middle of September. Time is just flying. We're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. Take care of any paperwork concerning institutional or governmental agencies. Your ideas are right on track, right on the mark, and your work is commendable. Don't be too quick to spend money. Hold on to the coins today, Aries. Don't be too quick to spend. Just hold them a little longer. I know it could feel like, you want to let them out, but hold on to them. Taurus, sudden romantic connections may be short-lived. Balance is required if you want stability. Your creative talent will be well recognized by others today. Listen, you want some stability, you got to create some balance in your life. You just have to. And if you have a sudden romantic fling, it's a fling. It's going to be short-lived. Don't get all involved today, Taurus, because it's going to be short. It's going to be gone. All right, Gemini. You'll meet new friends if you try new activities. You might just as well let others do their own thing. Hold your temper and refrain from doing anything that may cause injury. Listen, don't get a grip on your temper. I know we all have it, but get a grip on yours today because yours could cause some injuries, Gemini. Just hold on to it. Cancer. Concentrate on getting ahead financially and let your personal life settle down for a while. That's a good one. I wanted my daughter to hear that one. Take time to talk things over. Travel for business or pleasure. Don't exaggerate. Don't lie. That's pretty much what they say in Cancer. Do not exaggerate. Don't lie. That's what they really want to say. And concentrate on your money. Let your personal life settle down for a while. start it back up once you got the money in check. You know what I mean? Because sometimes personal life can get interfered with trying to get them coins. So hold off on that. Leo, heed the advice given by a family or an old reliable friend. Help others solve their dilemmas. Real estate and joint ventures, financial ventures will be profitable. Okay, Leo, you got some money coming in today, baby. Your real estate and your joint financial ventures, they're going to be profitable for you today. It's always good when you can turn a profit. All right, Virgo. Sudden romantic connections may be short-lived. There you go. Sudden disruption will cause upset and change of routine in your home environment. Your partner may push buttons that infuriate you. All right, so your partner pissing you off, and you're going to have a sudden romantic connection, and it's going to be short-lived, Virgo. So listen, yours is short-lived, just like Taurus. Don't get all caught up in it, especially yours, because you got somebody that's just getting on your nerve right now. So it looks good for the minute, but that's all it's going to be for is a minute. All right, I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Notable Astrologer Micah Thias, and you're listening to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. Stay tuned.
I don't need no roses on my bed. I can pull you closer to me, babe. Ain't nobody touch me like you can. I just need some closure, a little closure. Calling you up at 2 in the morning, but you don't wanna talk, you don't wanna bother. Yeah, so I took another shot, let my brain do the walking. I don't wanna be your friend, I want something real. Maybe if I stay the night, you could feel the same. And maybe if you treat me right, we could rearrange. But I'm not even gonna try if you don't wanna stay. So how's it gonna be? You got me on my knees. I don't need no roses on my bed. If I could pull you closer to me, babe. Ain't nobody touch me like you can. I just need some closure, a little closure from you. It's tearing me apart when I know you don't want me. Cause I've been going fast and you wanna go slowly. Maybe I'm just wasting time. Tell me how you feel. I don't wanna be your friend, I want something real. Maybe if I stay the night, you could feel the same. And maybe if you treat me right, we could rearrange. But I'm not even gonna try if you don't wanna stay. So how's it gonna be? You got me on my knees. I don't need no roses on my bed. If I could pull you closer to me, babe. Ain't nobody touch me like you can. I just need some closure, a little closure. I don't need no roses on my bed. If I could pull you closer to me, babe. Ain't nobody touch me like you can. I just need some closure, a little closure from you. A little closure, babe. Oh, a little closure. Little closure from you. I don't need no roses on my bed. If I could pull you closer to me, babe. Ain't nobody touch me like you can. I just need some closure, a little closure. I don't need no roses on my bed. If I could pull you closer to me, babe. Ain't nobody touch me like you can. I just need some closure, a little closure from you.
Welcome back. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by Notable Astrologer Micah Thias, and we're going to pick it up with Libra. Try to make amends by planning a nice dinner for two. You are best to stick to basics. Yeah, work on getting ahead by picking up added skills. Take time to catch up on gossip and make plans to do a little adventure traveling. All right, that whole thing about The whole thing about make time for gossip. I don't know about that one. Libra. But anyway, pick up a new skill. Y'all know how I feel about learning something new. I'm always learning. You should always be learning. When you stop learning, you're gonna be dying. So always be learning. Scorpio. Opportunities to get involved in self-improvement projects will be rewarding. Your lover will be extremely sensitive, and now will not be a good time to make changes that they won't like. You are in a good mood for love. Listen, you're in a good mood for love. Don't make any changes that they won't like. You won't be in a good mood for love. All right, Scorpio? Sagittarius. Emotional situations could bring out your stubborn nature. Try to get everyone involved. It will help bring you closer together. Real estate investments could be prosperous. We like prosperous. Yes, Sagittarius. We like prosperous. Yes. Capricorn. Secret enemies may be holding a grudge that you're not even aware of. Isn't that something? Personal problems may be hanging over your head, but don't confront the situation. If you're single, get out there and you may meet someone new. Capricorn, if you're single, you got to get out to mingle, baby. You got to get out there and mingle. Put your shingle out and mingle. Aquarius, throw yourself into your work. Most Aquarius do that already. Get back into the swing of things. Try to stay calm and understand both sides of the situation. All right, throw yourself into your work today, Aquarius. I think the ones I know, they do that already. They live in their work. They're probably worse than we are. And my fellow fish, Pisces. Opportunities to get together with people in powerful positions could help you get ahead. Take some time to change your house around. Your determination may make you a little overbearing when dealing with others. Oh, Lord. Okay, so I'm not going to be overbearing. Thank you, stars, for telling me that. So I am determined right now. I am on the determination roll. But now that I know it's going to be a little bit overbearing when dealing with others, I will try to refrain from being overbearing. Are we ever overbearing, fish? I don't know. Maybe we are. Anyway, that's all the horoscopes I got for you today. I'll be back again on Monday at 10 o'clock to bring you more of the horoscope. But now let's get on to our show. So my guest today is Miss Bridget Smith Hayes. She has goddess given gifts to help people get their life in order and find the answers. We all need some answers to something, and she can help us do that. She's also a licensed massage therapist, a spiritual healer, and a counselor. She also has a degree in metaphysics. I want to know what that means. And so, without further ado, welcome to the show. Welcome to Good Morning Gwinnett, Bridget.
Great rising, everyone. Hi, Audrey. Thank you for having me today.
You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. I know, so you help people get their life in order. So before we get into your story about how you became a counselor and a coach and a spiritual healer, give us a little background on where you come from and how you got to this place.
Yes. Well, I'm originally from St. Petersburg, Florida, and I was born and raised there. And what got me here to this place now, I live in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta now, and I have always, Audrey, known from a small child, and I know I'm going back and digressing a little bit, but the family that I grew up in, we were all just passionate people. My grandmother we always greeted each other with a hug or a kiss. So human touch was always present around me, and it made you feel secure. It made you feel wanted and loved. And from just youth and being raised in an environment like that, it kind of got me into thinking of and considering massage, and it just connected with me. Mm-hmm. Because I knew what it would bring. And it not only brought the security, the warmth and the love feeling, but it also relieved stress and pain that you may have had. You know, I had aunties back in the day that, you know, whenever we had downtime after dinner, you know, we would always sit down and we're doing some type of grooming on each other. You either have a comb in your aunt's hair, scratching her scalp, mm-hmm. or, you know, for me, you know, you remember this, right?
Yes, girl.
And yes. And then I had an aunt. Her name is Maddie, my Aunt Maddie. She taught me She said, Bridget, here, sit behind me and get your two thumbs. And she said, and do like this in my back. So she is the one who started this, you know. So she would teach me how to move my thumbs on her erector spinae. And it was bringing her so much comfort that she would always sit down during groom time and say, come here, Bridget, you know your job. But, yeah, so that got me into here where I am now, loving what I do. I'm very passionate with it. And you can see what it does for other people, how it lifts other people. And I wanted to take it a little bit further. Am I going on too much, or you wanted to ask me a question in between here?
Yeah. You know, and it's so funny because I'm glad you asked, because a lot of people won't ask. They just keep going. And I hate to cut them off, you know, but it was so funny. As you were talking, I had a flashback because my mother had 6 brothers. And my uncles, a couple of them, that the younger ones that I like, the older ones had moved to Jersey when I was a little girl. But my younger ones, her younger brothers were still at home, my grandmother. And I remember them saying stuff like, get the comb and scratch my hair. Scratch my head. And, you know, you think about that now, it's like, that's gross. But when you were younger, back in the day, that was a natural occurrence. Like, hey, get the comb and scratch my head. And you be sitting there go, oh, my God, you got so much dandruff. I know it's gross, y'all. But listen, I was born in Georgia. I was raised in Jersey, but I was born in Georgia. And it was just some stuff we just did. And that was one of them. That was one of them. Yes. So fast forward to the day, you have a company. Your company's called Akello Life. What does Akello mean? How did you get that name?
Oh, wow. Okay, so Akello means to bring forth. It is a freaking name, and it means to bring forth. So to bring forth life. I have had that name stored for so long, but and it's funny how sometimes we don't think how significant some things is early on. But right now, that's what I named it, because I want to bring forth life, and I want to help others bring forth the life that they were purposed to live.
So now, before Akello, were you in a traditional work environment?
Oh yes, I was in corporate America. I was an executive administrator. So I used to do secretarial work, office work. I was part of that. But I had to change.
So when you got ready to make that change, how was that? Like, because a lot of people are listening right now. They probably are in corporate America right now, hating every second of it. I used to work for Prudential, and I tell you, Bridget, I would walk into Prudential every day and get sick. I'm talking about one day I walked in, I just broke out in hives. They was like, "What is wrong with you?" I was like, I had no idea, and I realized every morning when I went to work, I would literally get sick. Something would happen to me. I went home quite a few times because I felt sick as soon as I walked in the door. And that one last time, I just broke out in hives, and they thought I had eaten something. I was like, I hadn't eaten anything. But how was that jump for you, like making a leap? Because, being an entrepreneur is scary for a lot of people. And it's not easy all the time. It's a lot of work. And you work more for yourself than you will ever work for anybody else. But when you're in corporate America, where you got a solid paycheck coming in, and 9 times out of 10, it's a decent paycheck. How do you make that leap? How did you do it? Like, what prompted you to say, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm making a leap. I'm going out on my own.
And you're right, Audrey. It's a scary thing to even think about it. But when you see your work is making you sick, it is definitely time for a change. Now, what I did, honestly, I kind of eased into it. I didn't go cold turkey now. Mm-hmm. So I cut back my hours at work. I had to change a job. So, yes, some things did have to shift, but I knew within myself it was time for me to do what I needed to do. And I just had faith that it would work. And guess what? It did. Mm-hmm. And that's what they have to understand. They have to understand, to get what you really want, you're going to have to let some things go. And just know that things will work itself out. Some things you can plan for and some things you can't. You just have to roll with it and just know in your knower that it will be. If you want it, you got to go get it.
You got to go get it. You know, it's so crazy because when I launched, I was working at Prudential. They decided to close down and move further down South Jersey, which I wasn't going there. Then I left Prudential and went to Verizon, which was, I was making even more money. I was closer to home and I was even more unhappy. It was crazy. And I remember going into work. It was June 1999. I remember going into work that day and going in the bathroom, Bridget, and just bawling my eyes out. And someone that knew me called my brother, and he came. So my brother thought I was suicidal. So my brother came to get me, and we left my car in the parking lot. He took me to his house. He was like, my kids love you. And I was like, I know. And so he left me in his apartment the whole time. But I had time to think about that, and so I went crazy cold turkey. I'm glad you said you didn't do that, because that was crazy, y'all. Do not do that. Some things you can plan for, just like Bridget said, but some things you can't. I went cold turkey, Bridget. They went on strike. Verizon went on strike while I was out that day, and I never went back. And I was like, I'm not going back. I had no money. I had bad credit. I had a kid to take care of. I was crazy. I was like, I'm never going back. I'm going to do this business, and that's all I'm going to do. So I'm glad you said that. You want to have some kind of nest egg. Now, you made the leap. You took your time. How long was it before you actually went full-time from your job into your business?
About, okay, so from when I did take the leap, how long after that did I just go cold turkey? It was probably about, once I finished school and got my license for everything and started out, it wasn't even a year. I was doing things like kind of simultaneously, and then it just worked out. And I'm always, some people tell me I move too fast, but I'm going to tell you, see how it just was different for both of us to do what we had to do? Neither way was right or wrong. It was just what was. And that's what I look at with life. We can't say because someone else did it this way, it's going to work out different. So when I went out for a year's time, I went ahead and got my place. And so many people were saying, don't do it, but I knew it had to be done. And it happens. Sometimes you're going to get naysayers. But yeah, that transition, a year's time.
Wow. So now you're out there. You're doing your thing. You're helping people. You're helping them feel better. Because let's talk about some of the importance of massage therapy. And I know you got some great packages. I was on your website. I was like, okay, I want to know what the oil drip is. I want to know what the stargazing is, the awakening, the celestial souls. I want to know what those are, because they are very nice names. Like, oh, that's nice. Especially the awakening. Like, what is that? So tell us about why massage is important to anybody and why we should get them.
All right, so massage has so many benefits, y'all. Not only is it for relaxation, okay, getting some of the stressors out, because our bodies hold so much stress. The everyday stress that happens, sometimes you may see that and feel that you have, like, your neck is stiff, your upper back is tight. Our body holds all the things that we go through, even our emotions, tragedies, all of those, our bodies hold that. So when you get someone that can go into those muscles and release, because the muscles get so tight and nothing can get in and nothing can get out, so they're not being nourished. So what the massage therapist does is just basically knead those muscles until they open up and release themselves, and that brings, oxygenated blood into the muscles so that now they can function better. Your range of motion is better. You just feel better overall. And that not only helps you physically, but mentally and spiritually as well.
My daughter, I like massages. They make me feel amazing. And my daughter took me about 3 years ago to get one for my birthday. She had never had one at that point. And she was really small. Like, she had lost a lot of weight. She was down to like a size 4. And she took me to a Chinese masseuse. And she ordered us both deep tissue massages. And I was over there having a ball. She was like, oh my God, that was so painful. I'll never get another massage again. She's like, I felt like she was breaking my bones. I was like, oh God. Now she loves them because now she's got a little bit more weight on it. She's like not a size 4. She had a baby, so she's a size 10. She's like, okay, I like this size better. But now she loves massages. So we just made a pact with each other just day before yesterday that every Friday we were going to start going get massages, because on Fridays I kind of take Fridays off, and she's like, Fridays we're going to go get a massage, and I was like, sounds good to me because I love massages.
Wow, how wonderful. Look, yes. And see, you see the benefits of the massage. And some people always think of a massage as something that you give someone for their birthday or a special day, but this is something that is a necessity. Yes, it is a luxury, but it's a luxurious necessity. And you all see what it does for you. Yes, go ahead.
But you know what happened? You know what made her say that? Because I could have been going, but I just, for me, it was like pleasure, right? It was like, oh, this is something to do to relax. So she came to me and she said, because she has a job now that makes her sit all day long because she does IT. Mm-hmm. And she's like, man, my back is killing me. And I said, really? She's like, yeah, that's why I'm going to go get a massage every Friday. And so I said to her, so sitting down messes up your back? She's like, yeah. I say, so that explains my back problem, because I have like severe back problem. It's a lot better now, but it used to be really, really bad, to the point where I couldn't walk 5 minutes without having to bend over and touch my toes to relieve the pressure. So she said to me, she was like, that comes from sitting. I have had a sitting job my entire life. So I'm sure I'm pretty messed up. So speaking of that, people who sit a lot, what would you suggest for those people? Because there are a lot of people that sit all day, hours at a time. How many times a month should they get a massage? And what is there a special type of massage for your back?
Well, it depends on the severity of what they're feeling. And if it's something that has been persistent for a long time and their muscles are really cramped, see, sitting, it involves your glutes, it involves all of your quads and just everything that's from the waist down, okay? So, yes, the circulation is stopping, your range of motion for those long periods of time, if it's stuck in that position, that tends to make them hurt. So when you're coming in for a massage, you might be saying, we'll ask you what your issues are. And if it's numbness, sometimes you'll start experiencing numbness that's going from your buttocks area down to your big toe. Some with this intermittent. And that's because usually your glutes and your piriformis muscles, which are basically your butt muscles, are squeezing on your sciatic nerve. So we would have basically, it depends on how deep it is. We might have to do a deep tissue massage where we, put pressure on that muscle to release it, and then that release to that full leg and restores the circulation. So those are some things. And then we might stretch you, to increase your range of motion. So there are different ones that we would have to do. Sometimes your lower back problems are not back problems at all. It's just that your glute muscles are tight. So, to assess you.
So it's funny when you say that, when you say your glute muscles are tight. Like, I know every woman online is saying, I want my glute muscles to be tight. I don't think that's the type of tight she talking about, y'all. She's talking about, we all want them to be sitting up perky. I know, me too.
The tone, yes, tone tight.
Yeah, she's not talking about tone tight. She's talking about tight, pain tight. So I know, like, so now I know you service the full body, like you have your counseling service and your coaching service. Tell us a little bit about that and what made you decide to add that and to marry your massage services and your coaching and counseling services together.
Okay, so when on my questionnaire that I have, I usually, it has a question on there that has, is your pain causing you any, problems spiritually or mentally? So in my assessment, I do talk to my clients about what's going on in life. And if they're wanting to, give that information, they can. And then I can show them how that relates to their body and why they are experiencing problems in certain areas of the body, because it has been researched, and that's what I found, that some people don't know how to make that connection. They just feel like they're just being stressed, but there are underlying issues that they're going through in life. Let's say they may be having hip problems, okay, and or knee problems. All of those are in your legs, and your legs is movement, moving forward. So there is something that you're procrastinating about. You have anxiety about. You don't really want to move forward on it. So your body actually holds that. So that is why I started incorporating that in my practice, because I saw the correlation to it, and I would talk to my clients about that, and they would start addressing things that is now time for them to address. And once they do that, guess what happens? Those pains start relieving themselves, because it's no longer the mental. The mind controls the body as well, so we have to remember that. And it sends messages to the body.
Wow. I think I've heard something similar like that in, what is Louise Hay, Heal Your Life? You can heal your life. Like the different parts of your body that ache. Like I suffer with problems with my back all the time. And so so when you think about that, you have a client to say, hey, I have these really bad back issues. What is that a symbol of your back? I know you said your knees and your hips, that's like you're not moving forward. What is it with your back?
Okay, so with our back, just think about that as you carrying things, right? So not letting go of the past could be something you still carrying, and you need to let it go. Other things like feeling responsible for other people, worrying about different things. It can be all of that, an array of things, but you're carrying something that you need to confront it, and you need to let it go if it needs to be let go, or go ahead and deal with it and move forward. But yeah, that's usually on your back and in your shoulders.
Oh, God, that is so me. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I care for a lot of people. Yes. People, they hear me on this show all the time talking about my family, because I take care of a lot of folks. And, yes. Okay, so that explains a lot. But you know what was crazy, Bridget? About 2 years ago, I had surgery. And I don't know, was I just feeling really free, and nobody bothered me because I had the surgery? So that's probably what it was. Like, I didn't have all my responsibilities were kind of put on hold because I had the surgery. But I noticed that my back didn't hurt, and I was like, well, maybe because I lost the weight. But now I'm experiencing pain in my back again, and I know it's because I'm carrying a lot of stuff again. And now that you brought it to my attention, I am carrying a lot of stuff again. It doesn't hurt as much as it used to, but it does hurt. And so, and now that you brought that to my attention, it's because I have been carrying stuff that I just need to just say, no, I'm not doing that. But then, I don't want to hurt people's feelings. So, they already think I'm mean, and I'm not.
No, look, that's where so many things come about to, speaking our truth. Because we as helpers and healers, we are so compassionate that we don't want to say things, and we're the ones who experience so much. But I would say to you, don't ever allow anyone to make you feel wrong for what is right for you.
Yeah.
And it does. You're going to have to hurt some feelings sometimes. But guess what? Sometimes it's our time to hurt them so that they can move on to improve themselves. Everything has a correlation. When we think we're being mean, it's actually something good for the other person. All of it helps out. So let it go so your back can be better and healed.
I surely will. I'm going to let it go, girl. I'm going to let it go. So, I gotta ask you this. So the pandemic has shook everybody. It has closed down businesses. But you're still moving forward. How has that been when your business is so hands-on?
Oh, wow. So I must say that it did affect the industry greatly. At one point we were at zero. No one was coming in. And now I can say I'm about at 50% where I was. But that's still not good, for people who are used to, the volume coming in. And not only that, I'm looking at the ones who were really benefiting. Well, everyone benefits from it, but I had some, I do elderly as well.
Mm-hmm.
And just sometimes they can't move all the time, and the massage is the only way, they can get circulation going through the body, so
Mm-hmm.
it aided them. And unfortunately, they can't come in. So I had a great deal of my clientele was there, so you can see why I was hit so hard. And I'm quite sure there are other therapists who are in that situation right now. But it's coming. It's rising. And for those who are braving the, this whole thing and coming out and getting the massages, they are, of course, benefiting from it. And we're just glad those who are coming out do. And for those who are home, we want them to be safe and well. But yes, it did affect us. With that, it did affect us tremendously.
I know a lot of businesses. It affected my business. I had in January, I had just opened up my studio. We did our ribbon cutting in February. I was excited. I'm excited about all the things we're going to do in there. I went to go speak at PodFest in March and came back and had to shut the studio down. And I literally had to shut it down. But what happened was, what I realized after the fact was that it probably wasn't time for the studio anyway, because people still don't know enough about podcasting. So I had to pivot. So instead of me doing producing, because my goal was to bring people into the studio and produce their shows live for them and do all that stuff. And after being there for 2 months, and people would come and say, "Oh, podcasting," and that's all they would say. I'm like, wait a minute, now you're supposed to be coming in and say, "Hey, produce for me." They still don't understand the importance of podcasting. And so I look at that as a blessing in disguise, because I probably would have been still there trying to forge along and make that thing happen. But COVID-19 backed me up. And what I was able to do was pivot and do a different type of production for business owners. So, in your space, have you seen any other massage therapists and coaches and counselors? Did they pivot? Did you see any pivoting going on? And if you did, like, what were they doing? Because I've seen people who was making clothes, now they make masks. There's a liquor company here in Georgia. They were making liquor, now they make hand sanitizer. So it was like people were pivoting. Like, we got to make some pivots. Like, so
people were making lemonade.
Yes.
What they consider lemonade. I have seen many people being resourceful. But you know what? Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
Isn't that beautiful that one can pivot and, don't think of it as a bad thing. It's all your perception and how we look at things. But yes, there were some counselors, because I'm located in the Healing Center in Stone Mountain. Mm-hmm. And yes, many of us had to shut down, and some people are not even back yet because of the pandemic. But they had to transition their business to a whole nother way, whereas it was hands-on. She was able to transition. They're doing the Zoom and, everything like that. So it worked out. Many people had to pivot. Let me see. Now, I did have one friend, she was working. She had to go part-time, and they had to start making masks. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I've seen people pivoting quite a bit.
Yeah, when this whole thing happened, I was broken. I was like, oh my God, I love my studio. Now I can't even, we went in there, we put the microphones, it was like nice, we did the ribbon cutting, and then a month later, it's like, oh my God, like I got to close the doors. But it gave me time to think about, what's the next step? And I was like, you know what? I'm in the AI space, artificial intelligence, but for those who don't know what AI is, and how about I take artificial intelligence and create podcasts for people as a service for busy people who don't want to podcast? And that was my pivot. And I was like, oh my God, I'm in love with that pivot. So it was that type of thing. And you know what? It's more true to who I am, because I can do that anywhere. I don't need a location for that. And so I'm that kind of free nature kind of person anyway. So I can do that anyway. As long as I got a computer and internet service, I can use AI to create podcasts for people. And then put that on all these different platforms. So to me, that was like so cool after I had a chance to think about it. After I mourned closing my studio, because, my studio is called a Noise Factory. My company is called Noise Media. So I was excited about it. And I laid in the bed for about a week like, oh my God, I just gave away a whole lot of money for no reason, And then I got past that. Because you have to move past it. Like, you can't stay in that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. You can't stay in that. And even like myself, I had to start looking outside too. Like I will be having a e-commerce. So I had to, start getting products and not just selling them in my store, in my location, but getting a website, getting that all up and going. So it pushes you, it gets you out your comfort zone. And make you research things, and you'll be amazed at, hey, how flexible you are, how other things are, going to benefit you even more. So that's awesome, Audrey.
Yeah, it was so many people, though, Bridget. I was looking at a video the other night. It's a couple in Atlanta. He was a health and fitness expert, and she had a clothing line, and they were doing okay. But they said when the pandemic hit, their business went off the hook. They went to $1 million, and they were like, it's because people were shut in and they were not able to go out and exercise. So his business went to $1 million. Then his wife's business shot up because people wanted to exercise on video because they were doing it on Zoom and you could still see you, and they still wanted to look cute while they were exercising. And I was like, what? But you're right. You become resourceful, and you got to learn how to pivot. A lot of times people stay stuck in the same place. Stay there for a second, but not for an hour.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Stay there for a second.
When it's time to move, you gotta move.
You gotta move. So, Bridget, I know you do a lot of great things. Give my listeners a few things that they can do at home right now to help them live a healthier life until they can get out to get a massage, or until they can get out to, because I know you're a coach and a counselor, and I know there are still some people struggling with this whole pandemic thing. Like, people are still paranoid, a lot less than before. I did a report yesterday. I thought for sure when it was time to send the kids back to school that parents would not send their kids back to school. So in Gwinnett County, about 181,000 kids go to school every year, and they're like, oh, the numbers are not where they thought they would be. Well, 175,000 kids went back to school. And I was like, what? I was shocked, because I'm thinking, yeah, parents are not going to send their kids back to school. But I guess parents, you got to fight off the paranoia and be safe. So for those people who are still kind of a little paranoid, and they still have not ventured outside of their house yet, because I know there are people that say, you know what, I ain't going out, I haven't gone out. What are a couple of things that you could say to them to help them move? Like, listen, move, but move safely.
All right. So one of the things that I love to say is go outside. Don't stay cooped up in the house, because you're not getting the natural sunlight, vitamin D. Nature is really good right now. So it's going outside, in your backyard and breathing. You'll be amazed how many people don't really breathe. I mean, we don't really inhale and fill our lungs and get all that good oxygen in our lungs, and exhale out, blow it all the way out. So taking some deep breaths in and blowing it out helps oxygenate the blood, and that gives you energy. Some other things to do is move the body, exercise if you can. Even if you can't walk or what have you, sitting down where you are. Put your arms over your head, do exercise, do stretches. All of that helps. Body movement, helps the circulation, helps your muscles retain their movement, your flexibility, your range of motion. You want to keep as much of that as you can, because if you're in the house and not doing anything, your muscles start to get shortened because they're not being stretched out. Your organs are not basically functioning like they should at full power. They're going to start reducing. So that causes disease in the body. So move your body, do things, get outside, even if it's not around anyone. Make sure you have time for yourself. And if you do have someone in the house with you, touch is very important. Massage each other's hand and feet. You will be amazed how that makes you feel so good if someone massages your feet or your hands when you're sitting down. And love each other. Love on each other.
There you have it, y'all. Love on each other. So listen, how can my listeners get in touch with you if they want to find out more about how to work with you?
Yes. So Bridget Smith Hayes at Akello Life. AkelloLife.com is my website, and you can reach me at 678-390-5096. You can talk and have a little consultation over the phone. I do counseling over the phone. So yeah, those are my contact information. I'm at the Healing Center at the base of Stone Mountain on James B. Rivers Drive. So yeah, come see me.
All right.
Don't delay.
All right.
Don't delay nor deny the experience.
All right. Now, y'all heard it right here, Miss Bridget Smith Hayes. Listen, I'm going to give you a round of applause for being my guest today. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Audrey. It was a blessing. Thank you so much for having me on. You have a great one.
Thank you, too. Have a good weekend.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So listen, guys, that was my guest today. I hope you enjoyed it. Listen, get out, get moving. She done told you what you got to do. Get out, get moving, get some sunshine. That is important. Even people that have had the COVID-19, they said one of the most important things you got to do is move. You got to get up and move. I was looking at Chris Cuomo when he had it, and he was saying he had to get up and exercise, even though he felt like crap. He had to exercise. You got to get some sun. You got to get out there. You got to get the vitamin D. All of that stuff is important. So listen, that's all I got for you. I'm going to go to my last song, and then I'm going to come back and close it out. Stay tuned.
Everybody's been saying that you're up to no good. Everyone has been telling me that you got me hooked. You're playing it big time. You're feeding me lies. Everyone has been bugging me to sever the ties. But I would never, ever, ever would have believed them, no reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see. But now the never, ever, ever seemed to be over. I saw her, so I'm happy I got freed. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. I won, got it done. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I won't let the door hit when I leave. Should've known by your rap sheet that you weren't nice, but now I am telling you I'm going to smile. But I would never, ever, ever would have believed them, no reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see. But now the never, ever, ever seemed to be over. I saw her, so I'm happy I got freed. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. I won, got it done. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I won't let the door hit when I leave. I guess that I was born beneath a very lucky star, and in a week or two I won't remember who you are. Man down, he ran out of luck and now it's my time. Ain't no looking back, I'm on the right track. Here she goes. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. I won, got it done. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I won't let the door hit when I leave. I guess that I was born beneath a very lucky star, and in a week or two I won't remember who you are. I guess that I was born beneath a very lucky star, and in a week or two I won't remember who you are.
Welcome back. So listen, guys, that's all I got for you today. You know, today is my Friday, and I have to go and get ready to speak at the for the Atlanta Black Chamber, talking about voice marketing. But before I go, I want to give you my word of inspiration for the day, and here goes. Seek the good in today, and it will find you. Yes, you got to look for the good. Stop looking for the bad stuff and seek the good. Seek the good, and it's going to find you. When you seek the bad, that will find you too. So why not seek the good? Today is a great day to be alive, and you should seek the good in every second of it, because somebody didn't wake up this morning. That's all I got for you today. I'll be back again on Monday to bring you more of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County and beyond. If you like this show, please go to Apple Podcasts and give your favorite episode 5 stars, and be sure to follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett, and follow me on Twitter at GM Gwinnett. I'll be back again Monday at 10 o'clock, God willing. Keep your mask on, stay safe, and have a wonderful weekend. Until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.